We're very professional.
Right?
Yeah. You coming in that way or this way?
I'll come in. Just stay put.
This has always thrown me off. You go left to go right, right to go left.
A jink and a juke.
Is that like a Jew who knows how to dance? A juke? Jukebox. That's what it is. Jukebox. The jukebox. The jukebox. It was a. Herschel knew how to shake his hips.
The juice.
Oh, just take your time there, Rob. No rush. No, I don't. Old man like you, we don't want to rush you.
God damn it.
You haven't even drank yet. What the hell?
Right?
Ice cubes all over the place?
Yeah, it is pretty much.
Oh. That's right. Girls are late all the time. Why would I expect you to?
Well, I'm on their schedule. That's how it works. Since they're always late, I run a little late too. So anyway. All right. All right. Here we go.
You comfy now?
Fuck yeah.
Are we ready, Your Eminence? Nice of you to join us, Your Grace.
Proceed.
As you may have figured out, we're over at Rob's or Rerb's place.
Rerb. I'm sitting here with Mr. Aaron Clary, 5'9".
Good day.
Yes, Vince. He drank all the vodka.
I didn't even touch. Number one, it's an empty bottle. That's why I took a picture of it because the booze was gone.
Uh-huh.
Rob ain't got no booze. Rob ain't got no booze. We're going to get some booze.
That's right. Ain't got no booze because you're in my house.
I haven't touched. You know what I did today?
Booze?
What? You know what I did today?
You drank coffee and avoided my
according
cats.
to you guys, all I did was drink all your booze. And what's the only other thing I do in life? Apparently?
Jerk off and take 4-hour naps.
4-hour naps. Could do my autobiography. I jerked off. 4-hour nap. Drank the
Called
booze.
my girlfriend.
Sometimes change it up. Drank the booze. Took a 4-hour nap. Jerked off.
Called my wife.
Ate her cookies.
That's it.
Oh God. So it's been I haven't done a live broadcast in a while because I've been traveling, and people in Asshole Consulting like, where's it going? So we had to do Asshole Consulting live, and I did cure myself of my sickness, and then I ran into your cats.
Yep, my cats are slowly killing him because he had to be a wuss and like be allergic to them or something.
With my fucking genetics.
Yep.
I wonder if they had cats in Scandinavia.
Yes.
Did they have cats in Scandinavia?
Yes, they do.
Oh.
They're called Scandinavian cats.
Are they really called Scandinavian cats?
I believe they actually are.
Are they anything different looking than other cats?
I think they have longer hair on the tip of their ears. And
That's about it.
Bigger hair on their paws.
Oh.
They got like snowshoe fucking shit going
whatever.
on.
So we're gonna do some Asshole Consulting live. Yes, I am going to be coughing the entire time. Let's go through Gary. This is fan mail. Gary writes, in the mid-1990s, I was an instructor at a private non-governmental business computer education school for a while. It was, to put polite, a diploma mill. Probably half or more of the students were on the federal student loans, and the tuition wasn't cheap, despite the fact that the curriculum was woefully out of date. This is just like the two colleges I taught at.
Yeah.
Brown College now is belly up, so I can mention who it was. The other one, if I ever find out, like, I actually am deathly ill, I'm going to report immediately to the state. Immediately. There were a few students that were there that would have done well anywhere, with or without the training, because they were smart, hardworking, and came to class every day. There were a few so dumb you couldn't teach them much, even if you had the ability to administer hourly beatings. But the instructors were expected to make sure the idiots got the same diploma come hell or high water, whatever it took. I remember having a kid who suffered from alcohol fetal syndrome. Oh, he could not do addition. And Brown College, Le Cordon Bleu, they took the Brown College of the Le Cordon Bleu of culinary arts, or culinary farts, which is now bankrupt and defunct. Not the one that's actually the legit one in France. This was the American let's fuck kids over version.
Yes.
That was that, but I think they are no longer. Yeah, so they would take anyone and everything,
including kids without.
Oh yeah, like, and I was in the tutor lab, and this guy could not do math. He couldn't, and I mean, he was a total victim, you know. And,
oh Jesus.
Yeah, so you understand why I hate the teachers. I fucking hate them. Fucking hate them. fucking longer than this. In the book, I have a segment on boomers, but I break them down into class. So there's teacher boomers, professor boomers, psychology boomers, boss boomers.
Oh God.
Yeah. And the teacher ones,
You really gave them. You gave them the what for?
Yeah.
Just to say the least.
To say the least, but they deserve it. They're scum. And the rest of the students are pretty much average people. It never failed to amaze me how little common sense most of them had. I bet the farm, just about all the students didn't know what a cost benefit analysis was, much less had actually done one about their schooling. Part of the qualifications for a student loan was attendance. If a student didn't show up for class, the student's instructor was required to call the student on the phone and encourage the student to come to school that he or she would ultimately be paying for. Encouragement could consist of some pretty bizarre things. The school made a big deal about the job placement assistance program to help lure students in. It didn't take long to see what that meant. The school tried to give the impression it had an employment relationship with companies like Microsoft, Oracle, and others. The secretary literally read the help wanted ads in the newspaper and gave the info to a student.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, the place I worked at, and I know the guy, he's still there. I keep track. I remember people. Remember where they are. No, I don't have to write it down. It's all up here. All up here.
Oh, Jesus.
School tried to give the impression. I was really glad to leave that job. I always felt dirty being there. It gave me a lot of satisfaction some years later to learn the feds took them to court. Good. About a year later, I ran into a former student at the event she was working at, doing the equivalent of waitress work.
Oh, yeah.
She had been an average student. I said hello. She made it clear she was very unhappy about her diploma, was $10,000 underwater in student loans, and couldn't get a job pounding a computer keyboard. I considered suggesting some reasons for her predicament and what she might do now, but decided it would be a waste of time. She probably wouldn't do anything concrete to change her situation anyway. She was not a hardworking student and would rather whine than solve problems. We'll keep him anonymous.
Yeah. Let her burn.
Let it burn, as our conversation earlier.
Yep.
Today.
Let her burn.
At the office. Yeah. And
good for you, dude. Let her burn. Yeah. Fuck it.
Yep. So he's doing better than me. I still have that initial twinge of care, but I'm catching myself. I'm like, ow. No. No, there's no train coming. Keep going.
That's right. That light at the end of the tunnel, it's heaven.
Doctorate in women's studies. You go, girl. Rah, rah.
Yes, queen.
John, just so you know, I am going to get to the suffer for my amusement video later when my voice is recovered. Let's go to Juan. Okay, we can't go to Juan. But by the way, keep me anonymous. Fucking Christ. All right, we're not going to do Juan. Juan, we're going to have to do you later. That's not it. All right. We're going to need your help here. And
oh, boy.
Here we go.
Okay.
We'll keep them anonymous. Hello, Aaron. Last year, you posted a video called Your Family Hates You, Leave Now. And I tried to follow your advice. I left my family to pursue a degree in chemical engineering. However, as you may not remember, I at least appreciate the fact he realizes out of the thousands of people, I don't remember everyone's, because they'll lead it as, and then they just start into the problem. Like, dude, that was like 3 years ago. I
don't keep tabs on everyone, just the ones I hate most.
I received the information too late because my abusive mother got me expelled from university. I was forced to survive impoverished for a year. Like a moron, I brought a BB gun onto campus during winter break. Can we help people if they do this shit?
No.
No, we can't. Let's move on. I got a girl pregnant. Well,
have fun for 18 plus.
Can you believe this, Rob? Even with the almighty powers of asshole consulting, I cannot go back in time and take your dick out of her vagina. I know I can't do
You
it.
don't have a fucking time machine.
I don't have a time machine.
God damn it. Oh.
Watch my videos. Sometimes you're just plain fucked. Nobody was around or hurt, but the school found out. I know that was incredibly stupid in the state I am in, and I was not thinking, but at the time, I always wanted one, and my roommate at the time had an axe, so I didn't think a toy would be that big of a deal. Also, keep in mind, I did not have a childhood. After getting out of the military, away from my parents, all the freedom overwhelmed me. I got impulsive and got something. Doesn't the military beat that out of you?
I thought it did. I thought they taught discipline.
I was never in the military, but it was assured to me by people who had been in there that you would be disciplined.
Right. That's the marching and the push-ups and the PT.
And why are we doing this? Whack, shut the fuck up and do it.
And they issued you your rifle, but then they took the fucker back at the end of the day because we don't let children have dynamite. I don't know.
Got something I always wanted as a kid. Still, that could have waited after I graduated.
Yeah.
Or you moved off campus. Regardless, that was my fault and I own that. However, I never would have predicted what transpired next. My mother lied to the police to tell them I was a threat to her. That was peculiar because I didn't know such thing. I did leave her abusive household and send her and my family members emails that they are horrible people. I guess they could You're dating a psychopathic bitch. How do you break up with the psychopathic?
You leave.
You leave. And do you contact her and tell her what a bitch?
No! You fucking disappear. That's it.
Let's talk about psychotic people or bad people in general.
Yes.
Do you got to get your pound of flesh out of them?
No.
Why do you not have to get your pound of flesh?
Because they'll take 2 out of you.
They'll take 2 out of you, and they're going to fuck up their lives anyway.
Yep.
Because just to when I was a child, I'd question them on their abusive behavior, and they deemed me as being arrogant.
Of course.
She used the emails and the fact I brought a BB gun to school on campus as evidence against me. That I was a threat to her, even though I hadn't seen her in months, nor did I plan to ever again. She filed a temporary protective order against me, which is hilarious because protective orders only work on people that actually want to see the person. When I told the court they were making a horrific mistake, they didn't listen. You got to get a lawyer. Did you get a lawyer?
No.
I even went through the efforts to not see her during the hearing to show that I did not want to see my family again, though they could not get the hint. They hospitalized me, which is where the hearing took place. They also gave me no right to a witness to vouch for my character. Only 10 minutes with my lawyer. Okay, he did have a lawyer. He did have a lawyer. Or the hearing to build the case and no time to gather evidence. After 3 weeks of being held captive in the hospital, they finally let me go, not based on my good behavior, but when they drugged me. I did everything the doctor said and was respectful, but when they wanted to give me medication, I said I politely declined. I made an effort to politely decline medication to get out based on my same behavior because I did not know the side effects, and they were making a mistake keeping me there anyway. They drugged me against my will by syringe, and I had a violent reaction to it, but they didn't seem to care. I could not breathe and felt numb. They basically kept me there because they received money the longer I stayed. 4 days later, they let me go because magically they healed me, and they diagnosed me with being schizophrenic, even though I had no history of being so. I received this diagnosis because I did not corroborate their story, and I was a threat to my family. It was my mistake keeping me there. The doctors, who were all African-American and female, I don't know what that has to do with it, were very bitter and passive-aggressive to me and other patients while there, so you can imagine the hell that was. Some of the patients would yell in the middle of the night, piss themselves, the nurses were incompetent at their jobs. They tried to get into a monthly plan where I paid them for drugs I had a violent reaction to, but obviously declined. When I was discharged, that was when I was expelled. And after all that, I was considered the bad guy, and my family essentially got away with it. I was not a complete moron. I had $10,000 saved up due to the GI Bill, so I was able to keep myself afloat until I found a job. Lived out of a hotel for a month before moving into an apartment full of low IQ people. One neighbor was retired, actually mentally ill, and would oscillate above me in the middle of the night for months until I could afford to transfer to another apartment. Or had earplugs. I wish I learned about earplugs or headphones where you could play background noise and that.
The white noise.
Yeah, when you're poor and you're in college, you gotta use those tricks because you can't constantly keep moving. I'm about to return to university at ASU and get my life back. Oh wait, did I skip that? One neighbor,
Hell and traumatizing to lose everything.
From the desert for a year. I'm about to return to university at ASU. Good, to get my life back on track. However, I notice I am not the same. Well, yeah, you go through something like that, you're not going to be the same.
No.
You will be a different person today than you were yesterday because you are constantly changing.
Right.
This had a bit of a dramatic more changing.
Well, it's almost a Manchurian candidate thing. Is what
Yeah.
It almost sounds like I'm waiting for him to get the phone call, and they're gonna say mind
They're
crime.
gonna say wiener dogs, and then he goes and kills a lot of Germans or something.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to get up in the morning, and I find little motivation to do things. I hate to sound so weak, but I think being expelled and my mother convincing the police that she was the victim and I was a threat to her, even though she abused for 20 years, has really affected me. Now I have a stain on my record, not criminal, just that I was hospitalized, which can hurt my chances of getting back into the military or obtaining a firearm. Dude, you don't.
That protective order will fuck him over on that.
Right now, you are not getting a firearm. Even though I am very pro-gun and all that, and it's not because at some point in time he shouldn't have one, but dude, you're making, albeit you don't know it, you are making rookie league mistakes. And if you have something like a gun, it just increases your legal liability.
Yep.
Like you're trying to get revenge on people who abused you as a child. They're not going to listen. And that just resulted in more trouble. See what I'm saying? You got to look at this as these people are really bad people, and I want to get back at them, but they all have AIDS and herpes and gonosyphilates, as Terrence Popp would say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go wrestle with them?
No.
Leave them the fuck alone.
Don't hang out in the leper colony.
Yeah. Your ability to assess risk and look 2 moves down or 3 moves down the road, you don't have it. And, bringing a BB gun to school, which I agree, a BB gun is a toy.
It is.
All right. But you should know colleges and universities are
Especially
fucking
today.
Right. So don't get a gun. Absolutely not. Where was it? My BB gun was my fault, though I underestimated what lengths my mother would go to hurt me. Hell, she tried to kill me. They didn't know that I had money saved up. I could have been homeless and died. I honestly didn't expect to see her again. So the fact that she figured out what university I was attending was a surprise because I didn't tell. My question to you, how do I recover from such trauma? I've been abused, manipulated, and almost killed during the most developmental years of my life. And it is safe to say it has taken its toll. I have not lost my virginity just yet, one thing at a time. I do not have a lot of friends right now. I have been focusing solely on getting myself out of hell than focusing on minutia like that. Also, I think the drugs and abuse may have negatively affected my IQ. I know it's hard for me to do the task I did easily. My IQ test has shown a decline. Well, that could just be stress and all the shit he's been through.
Right.
I was malnourished as a child, not breastfed, and no trauma can alter one cognitive abilities, which I'm obviously going to need for chemical engineering. I did some research, and there isn't much you can do to increase IQ. I was considered above average for my IQ test when I was 17, but that was a year ago, and I never learned what the score was. Based off the doctor's countenance, I guess it was high. His IQ is between 113 and 124 on mine. Could have been much higher if I didn't grow up that way. Yeah, I could have been much taller if people gave me food in college.
Same here.
Yeah, God, you got a lot of people bothering you.
Yeah, I know.
Am I too traumatized to do chemical engineering? I hope this time will pass and I will be in a better place next year. I start university in January, fresh start, and fingers crossed. Other than that, I've kept my nose clean. I have been a steady Eddie doing some preliminary classes at community college. Good. The college is for dipshits. And there's an anchor in reality there. Blathers on, but at least I'm completing some credits. Also, I plan on getting revenge in the future. What did we just?
No, you're not.
No,
stop it.
How do you get revenge?
By living a better life.
Blow my nose.
Just stop.
He doesn't get it.
Oh God.
This is me not.
Dude, no. Your best revenge is better living. Otherwise, you get to burn.
He doesn't realize if people are really like that, they're already living in hell.
Yeah.
And they're gonna screw themselves over.
And they're gonna take anyone and everyone with them.
It's a bomb. You're going near a bomb. And you're gonna try and disarm a bomb, and it's gonna blow up and take you with you.
Yep.
You're not getting revenge.
No, you're not.
The revenge is already there because they are living bad lives.
Right. So stop it.
They cannot get away with hospitalizing me. Yeah, they
can.
They can, and you cannot at the same time too. If you know what I'm saying. You see, he doesn't understand these people are their own worst punishment.
Right.
And he thinks he's going to go after them and get them. And he's
gonna fuck himself up.
And here's the other thing. Now there's a paper record on it. It's not a criminal record.
No, but there is a paper trail.
There's now a paper trail.
Mental illness.
Right. And now he's living up to that.
Yeah.
So now if he goes now it's it.
Dude, you're gonna be you've been institutionalized,
right,
for reasons that, whether legit or not, it doesn't matter. There is a record of you having issues. Right. And if you fuck around, they're going to just add another record to it. And they'll have more fuel to the fire.
Right.
Stop it.
I know the cliche that revenge is not worth it, but I would not be able to live with myself if I didn't. I would not be a man if I did not, at least my estimate. There really isn't convincing of that otherwise. Thoughts? Well, I can't stop them.
No,
I can't.
You get to burn.
Yep. Number one, talk to a therapist.
Yep.
All right. If you actually have mental illness, we're not capable of handling that here. No. I'm not licensed. You need to go talk to a therapist. We
can't diagnose you.
You might actually have legitimate disease. You may not know it.
Yeah.
All right. But without being a therapist, I could tell you it's a dumb fucking idea.
Very, very dumb.
You have a choice. You could go become a chemical engineer, escape poverty, escape the child abuse and all that other
escape the psycho,
and they'll be jealous and pissed off that he has the money. That's about the only revenge he can really get.
Right.
Or he could go roll around with the pigs that have the gonorrhea,
and then, well, gee, I got it.
The gonorrhea.
Well, imagine the surprise, dude. No, you're setting yourself on fire. Stop it.
You can be harsh. Am I screwed or should I persevere? He should persevere.
Yes.
He's not screwed.
No, he's not.
He's got accepted in ASU.
Yep.
He's got some of the GI Bill left.
Yep.
He's got savings.
Yep.
He's in better shape.
And even if his IQ is around 113 or whatever, dude, that's still above average.
Significantly, a full standard deviation above average. He could become a chemical engineer. Easily. Now, is he good? The question is he going to be dumber than fuck and throw that all away because he's got to get revenge on people that are already ruining their own lives through their own decisions? He cannot make their lives any worse, but they can definitely make his worse.
There you have it.
All right, there we go. All right. He just sent me a okay. Hey, ass, I want this to be a video response. No need to keep me anonymous. Hey, I'm a 20-year. They will do that.
Yeah.
And just send me the request. Hey, here's my request. Hey, asshole. Hi, I'm a 20-year-old male living in Brazil. I'm currently confused about the best career path to follow. I'm currently at the end of my third year of a 4-year accounting degree. Currently working as a bookkeeper, making 24,000 real. I think it's Brazilian reals.
Yeah, it looks like we said about
$6,000 US.
Yeah.
Here in Brazil, the commies made public universities free of tuition. So I have no debt and have around 20,000 real in savings, about $5,000. I live in the university dorm, so I pay no rent. I can get to save almost all my income. Currently living in a different town from my parents, about 2 hours away. Most of my insatisfaction, and thus reason to contact you, comes from the shitty-ass working perspectives of the accounting labor market in Brazil. The wages are pretty bad unless you work for a Big Four or some other big company, which I can't see myself doing because I don't like to kiss ass and suck cock for a living. Where did you get that in? Is that a saying too in Brazil?
I love it.
In my current job, I find myself having trouble dealing with my incompetent work colleagues, especially my female boss. She keeps telling me in feedbacks that I need to work on my emotional intelligence. All right, right now, that's bullshit, client. Not you, bullshit. Your female boss is bullshit. There's no such thing as emotional intelligence. That's what low IQ people say to people smarter than them so that they can feel better and superior. That's not it. People skills, soft skills, emotional intelligence.
It's all bullshit.
Bullshit.
They're just jerking off.
Keep in mind that I'm the most productive employee in my department, and I find myself a lot of times teaching my boss how to do her work. Pathetic, I know. I took an IQ test the other day, got 130.
Nice.
So that might be the reason for this problem. That's part of it. So I started to look at some of your videos. I read some of your books and saw that you recommend the field of IT to a lot of people. I have always liked to mess around with computers, and I taught myself a bit of programming in the past months and have really liked it.
Okay.
As you could guess, I'm thinking, therefore, of changing my major to software development. There's a program at my parents' town that is 3 years long, and this program's focus is only programming, so it'd be very practical, no bullshit. Different from my current program where they teach a lot of useless BS that you never use in the real world, just like here in the United States.
Yeah, it's worldwide.
Yeah. Someone's got to employ those liberal arts majors so that they can reteach the same shit that they learned to future liberal arts majors who will reteach the same shit that they learned.
It's like a dog chasing its own tail. Or
Archer
something.
called it the circle of why bother.
There you
That's
go.
what-
I like that.
Wait, so you learned anthropology to teach anthropology? That's like the circle of why bother. I am going to teach.
I learned a bunch of useless shit, and I'm going to teach that useless shit.
Now it's free of tuition. However, the only negative side is I would have to move back to my parents' house. I moved out when I was 17 when I entered my current program. Now, keep in mind that my parents aren't bad people. They're just kind of dumb. And through my raising, they didn't really raise me properly. Thank God. Otherwise, I'd be out of business if anyone raised the kids right. If there was nuclear families and feminism wasn't around, and there's skinny wives whose asses bad, and the guys had
You'd
jobs,
be holding up a sign.
I'd be like, give donations, please.
You'd hold up a sign, we'll be an asshole for food. Yeah.
I'd be in banking. Oh, yes, sir. They're always working to pay for loans and bad financial decisions, car loans, credit cards, etc. Now, the good part is they moved from this point, are currently living a healthy financial life.
Oh.
I didn't talk to them about this change that I'm doing or thinking of doing, but I'm sure they would accept me to live back with them. They're really loving parents, although never successful ones. So with this in mind, would you recommend me make this change? The IT labor market here in Brazil is a lot better than accounting. Plus, he can field his work. Computer languages are universal.
Right.
He could command first world salaries as a contractor.
Yes.
You just email the code.
Yeah.
But he's got second world cost of living.
Fuck yeah, that'd be a good thing in my book.
Yeah. And I think that I'd be able to better tolerate the work itself and make a lot more money than I would should I stay in accounting. What is your opinion towards this? Feel free to ask me any additional information. Sincerely yours, Bruno. So we'll keep that in Bruno. And so I said, thanks for the email. Have your parents' bad financial decisions of the past year cost you or ever cost you directly? Were they asking you to for a bailout or a loan? And he says, no, it never did. So I'm like, okay, good. So here's the deal. Absolutely.
I would say, move home, study IT, do that because you can telecommute type of thing, like what Aaron just said. You could work from a laptop or whatever and be a contractor, whatever you want to do. You can do that worldwide. And like I said, charge first world salaries over where you're living. You're going to actually do really well. Yeah. No,
I'd
say I'd do it.
I absolutely would, because I'm the only way I even recommend in the United States you go into accounting is if you get your CPA.
There you go.
And I don't know what the Brazilian equivalent is. I'm sure there is one.
Yeah, there probably is.
But the shit that he ran into with his boss, that is rampant.
Yeah.
Chad ran into that shit working in finance, and you're going to run into that shit. If you want to work in the big four, they're all about hiring the vajayjay. Just fuck that shit. Yeah, I do IT. Yeah. And then also I think I got on my LinkedIn profile, the 1099 superior race. Definitely read that piece, because that is you don't want to become the corporate cog. You don't want to be the corporate man. You want to be the gunslinger. You pay me my fee, and then you shut the fuck up and go away because you are not my boss. I am your contractor. We should probably get through some super chats here.
You probably got a couple of them.
Nonstop Dre for $2. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Nonstop Dre. Hope things are good in New York. Juan, crappy full-blown millennial with his Apple Watch. This is not an Apple Watch. This is a Fitbit. I don't have helps me stay in competition with Super Marcus and all those guys.
That was Space Marcus.
Space Marcus, sorry. I'm tired.
I get it.
Cynic and Chief for $2. He's the 70-year-old guy with the New Mexico hat. Right there. You know, for a good Christian boy, he's got a lip on him.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this good, obedient Christian type, and he can't wait to get his digs in. Brianna CC, what's that? We rarely have good girls. I look ultra thin. Slim, I've gained weight. Here's another girl. Absolutely love all hose advice about men. It's great, straight up truth. Asshole Consulting speaks. Thanks, Jennifer. Nice to know I got kind of Brianna's a motherly one. To like, you're not eating.
Did you eat?
Did you eat?
Did you shit?
Never.
Hey, Chad's in the chat.
Yeah, Chad wanted to come on the chat, but since we're only doing it one way.
Soon hang out, should we?
Yes. Do the debits and credits, we will.
Make it rain fucking money.
Yeah. I always got a kick though. Like, did you eat? No, I lived to the age of 37 forgetting to eat. Yes, I ate. Are you hungry? No. Why aren't you hungry? I don't know. Is it a philosophical question? Is there a right answer? What's the right answer? The answer is whatever it is that makes you go the fuck away and stop asking me that question. When I said that. Oh, Troy. Troy's in St. Louis City. Or where the fuck are we? Salt Lake City. Yeah. Evening, gentlemen. Evening, Troy. Hit me up on Twittergram or something. DM me. Because me and Rob might go out after this. I got to run truffles to a state trooper.
Truffles to troopers.
Truffles to troopers. Dude, they'd be for that.
I'm sure.
Don't think there'd be any state trooper. What? Truffles were doing? Oh, okay. No, I got a family to explain to everybody else. You know the story. But one of my bigger fans, friends, and followers, I can't mention his name. He was a cop. His son became a cop.
Oh, boy.
And his son's a cop here.
Oh.
And so they're all going to come here for Thanksgiving. Early Thanksgiving, I was going to go, but the timing I go to work, blah, blah, blah. So I bought the family some truffles in Leavenworth. They're really good truffles.
Mm.
And I won't lie, I was thinking, well, if I'm going to be gone, they're not here. I can just eat the truffles myself. I'm like, I should really give it to them because carbs and, health and diet and all that. So I'm going to run out truffles for troopers.
I like it.
Yeah. There. All right.
God, that makes you almost like a philanthropist. You're out there doing God's work with truffles
this
for
family
troopers.
always puts me up for lodging, and they're really nice people. And
they
the guy
put you up and they put up with you.
And you know what? I'm a great fucking person. When Cappy Appleseed comes banging on your door, let me crash on your couch. Somebody write the ballad. What's a song?
The ballad.
The ballad. Someone should write the ballad of Cappy Appleseed. He was a man who came across the country in his Ford. He was no slouch, but he'd go anywhere. As long as you had a toilet and you had a couch. And, oh, Cappy, he's the man across. Some 1960s, 70s schlep kind of.
Yeah, I like it actually.
Somebody come up with that. So,
he's gonna crash on your couch and use your pooper because he's got truffles for troopers.
Truffles for troopers. Taking 7-hour naps, calling his girlfriend in the bed. And he looked so forlorn because it was 20 minutes since he jerked off to porn.
God damn, you gotta write that shit down. You're a poet and didn't even know it.
Then teacher came in and he was all depressed. And then Aaron said, fuck this, I'm going to get undressed. And no. Where the fuck was it going? Oh, so dad cop, right? Yeah. Dad cop retires.
Okay.
Son, kind of, younger, 20-something, trying to figure his way out. Well, all of a sudden, I'm going to become a state trooper. Like, well, that came out of left field. Become state trooper. Now, this guy is about our height.
Okay.
The cop, the father.
Oh, the father.
Dude grew to 6'7" in terms of pride when his son graduated from the academy. And he's got a picture that he recreated when his son was a little boy and he stood in front of his squad car. Now he's got a picture where his son now is in the new upgraded fancy race car squads. And he's standing with his son, but his son's in the state trooper uniform. Huh. And nice. I think the third time, did I show you this picture? Like, yes, you showed me that. Yes, I know.
I've seen it.
Yep. So they're a real cool family.
That's cool.
Nonstop Dre, $2 for the two funny boomers left Cappy ties. We're not
tides.
We're not boomers.
No.
Like, do you remember? I think we have to do something for millennials and Gen Zers. Do you remember in World War II? Not that we were on in World War II.
That would kind of make us boomers.
But because the Chinese were our friends and the Japanese were our enemies, there's a way facially to tell the difference between a Japanese individual and a Chinese individual. And they had it like the Japanese look like this. These are our enemies. The Chinese are our friends. They look like that. And there was some slight, actual physical differences in it. I think we have to do something like for the Gen Zers and the millennials.
This is a boomer.
This is a boomer.
This is a Gen Xer.
This is a Gen Xer. Boomers, all gray hair.
All
right. Gen Xers, some, maybe older, might have some. Boomers can't open a PDF file.
Ooh.
That's the way to. You can do the PDF test. Open this.
I like it.
Another way you can tell a boomer from a boomer from an Xer. Can you set up a Bluetooth connection?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, another one could simply just be, and this is how I've learned to tell the millennials and the Gen Zers from the Gen Xers.
All right.
The Gen Xers pretty much created the technology that we're using right now.
I'll
and
right.
They are using it for what it was actually intended.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones are doing dog filters.
Yeah, I don't care to delineate between Zoomers, millennials, and Xers. I don't want to be thrown in with the Nazis.
Oh,
okay. I want to be thrown in with the boomers. Because people keep calling me, okay, whatever, boomer tech. It's like, whoa. Hang on. No. I was on the front lines when it came to the wars. All right. I was there. What else? Another way to kind of tell it's an Xer and not a boomer is the Xer can do everything a millennial does.
Only better.
Well, that too, but we have jobs and we have savings. That's another way. So we're like rich millennials. Some of us even have $500.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow.
Some of us don't have debt.
Oh my God.
That really is the difference between Xers and millennials. We paid off our debts.
Yeah. How much debt do you have?
Xers, we don't have reverse mortgages. Boomers have reverse mortgages. That's another way to tell. We're still capable of driving reasonably well, except the soccer mom contingent. Xer moms are now soccer moms and they drive for shit, so that's bad.
Well, they've always kind of done that.
Yeah, I remember gals in the 90s, though, in the early aughts, they could drive. I even remember a lot of gals I dated knew how to drive stick.
That's another one that at least you can delineate. How many millennials do you know?
Oh, God, I went to get an oil change in Vegas. They had to get the old timer out.
Yep.
Because it's like standard transmission. I'm like, okay.
Dude, that happened to me here not too long ago.
Anyway, we're not baby boomers. We're not.
No.
They're like us, but older with no skills at all.
There you have it.
Yeah, there you go.
Boomers don't get on the internet.
They don't know
how to use the
internet. You know what is funny? I mean, joking aside, so the boomers just finally realized that everyone on the internet hates them.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on for like years.
Oh, at least.
And now the hashtag okay boomer comes out, and now they're like, that changes the mood. Yeah, you were saying bad things to us. I'm gonna get my dentures now. And it's like, where have you been? This has been going on for.
They've been watching The Price is Right.
Well, whatever. So I'm
watching
just like,
Bob Barker.
Watch this Twitter stuff. Oh my goodness.
What is this? Okay, boomer.
All right, so we have that. Yeah, Dre, we're not boomers. He should know better than that. Oh, Eric, $12. Chris Von Eric. Keep up the good work, guys. One day I'll have you guys on my show.
Vince and I were on his show.
Oh, okay.
Just about a week ago.
Is it a good show?
They're good. Him and Franklin, his cohort.
Is it like Franklin, the black kid from Peanuts? Franklin?
Kind of, yeah. He is a black guy.
Is he a black guy?
He is an actual.
Was he actually named after
I don't know that. I just know that his name's Franklin. No, he's got Chris has got it's a pretty new show. They've only been doing it for a short time, so he's building up his audience.
YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
But he reached out to me and Vince, and TJ, had to go and jerk off to leaf porn or whatever he was doing. So TJ wasn't a part of the show. But yeah, this last Thursday, Vince and I were on Chris's show.
Okay.
And they've got a good potential.
I still got 3 days of driving ahead of me.
Oh boy.
So I gotta download. God Almighty, I've learned so much about the Ottoman Wars and the 30 Years' War. You know what? You can just summarize all of European and Middle Eastern history up with
War.
everyone just killed each other because they wanted to be king, and no one got smart enough to say, you know what? Kings die really fucking early. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna be a low-level baron. That's what it was. Everyone wanted to be king because they thought it was an easy life, and it's like, no, that
No,
actually
it's
was
not.
the hardest and the shortest lived life. Even your wives would try to kill you. It was,
And your mistresses.
and your mistresses. You know what's funny? Chad thinks we're gonna read it. You know, I don't see any money attached to Chad's commentary. Do you see any money attached to Chad? I guess we're just gonna skip over Chad. Carolina Hermes for 10 Brazilian real. Tell them, Cappy. I will. What's the real exchange rate?
There you go.
24. Oh, it's actually gets worth a quarter. So it was like $2.50. I thought it'd be like in the thousands of
You might get two pennies and some.
that's
weird
happened
change.
before.
I
Like,
believe it. Some weird rounding.
yeah. Scrolling. John Steele is in the house. Stephen Ochoa, $5. Cappy, I have 3 jobs. Do I count as 3 employed people for the unemployment rate? Interesting question.
It is.
If he's doing 3, yeah, then they got to be part-time, because if he was doing 3 full-time jobs, he'd not be sleeping. Yeah. He is counted as part-time, and they have what he's part-time and 1 full-time equivalent. FTE, they do a full-time equivalent. So if you ever are surveyed, they'd ask you, how many jobs do you have? How much do you work? And then the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or is it Bureau of Economic Analysis? The Department of Labor and their economists have ways to do a full-time equivalent. And then he would either show up in the U6 or U4 unemployment rate, and he might be considered marginally employed.
Marginally.
Okay. Yeah. So it depends. But he would not count as 3 employed people.
So there's your answer. You're not
3. You're not an army of 3. You're an army of 1 FTC. Brianna CC. Again, stop adding coals to the fire. Oh, I bet you she was talking about when we had that one guy who wanted to go get his revenge.
Yeah.
Ray John, our Canadian friend, running 2 kilometers in 8 minutes. What speed to run? I don't know. 10-minute miles is generally good. In my peak, I was doing 6-minute miles. I was flying and only running 3. What, 2 kilometers? That's 1 1/3 miles in 8 minutes. That's pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is. You are flying. You're sprinting almost at that point, but you can't keep it up unless you're one of them marathon runners from East Africa.
Yeah.
They're all tall and they just
nothing but legs.
Nothing but legs. Boom. Oh, did I skip this guy?
Who?
The chat rooms are always.
Oh,
Charlie's Angels. Yeah, see, we missed a whole bunch of them. I have to
go back through.
Right. Ray John had a $5 donation. There's Ray John. Hey, all right, here we go. That all jumped up. Ray John for $5. What are some good hobbies? All I do is play video games and watch TV and movies. Don't forget jerk off to porn.
Well, I was gonna say, does he eat Cheetos while he's at it?
No.
He's got an orange dick or something.
I would add to this list 4-hour naps.
Yeah, that's a good hobby.
I don't know, hobbies. I like motorcycle riding.
Same.
I like carpentry, like doing little stuff around the house. We need something to carpenter upon. Mechanics, working on motorcycles, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hiking, love hiking. Road tripping. Cigars is a good hobby too.
Ooh,
cigars is a good hobby.
That one can get expensive though, just like motorcycles.
Yeah, that's why I've especially with my cough and all that, I've had like 1 a month. I've really cut back.
Oh, I'll see. I was gonna offer you one too.
I might have one later.
Right. Okay.
If we go, we'll hop in my car and we'll smoke.
All right.
Nick Schulander, good evening, gents. Oh, Nick, I hope you got back home all right. We met Nick over at the meetup we had in Leavenworth.
Nice.
Nonstop Dre, $2. Charlie's Angels film bombed, of course. Laugh out loud. I didn't even know it was coming out. Have you heard about this?
Nope.
It looks like something a high school film, not college, a high school film student filmed. It's these no-name gals, and they're all doing it, and they're on a road. in the middle of nowhere, and they're no-name actresses, and I didn't even know this was coming out. And I think it had a $48 million budget. Guess what it made?
Like a mil?
$8 million.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's tanking it in the box office.
Didn't they just do a Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, with the big names. Yeah,
Cameron Diaz.
yeah, that one.
Why do we have? Wasn't that only 10 years ago?
I don't think it was even that long
Why
ago.
do we need a new one?
Because it's reboot everything.
I got a great idea for a movie, great idea for a comic book. And
nobody wants to hear it, apparently.
nobody
They
wants
want
to
do
hear
reboots.
it. They want to have. But this time, the chicks were even more badass than before. Get it? Wait. Okay, so it's Cameron Diaz and then one of my most hated actresses because she's just pure crass. Who is the girl in E.T.?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Talk about a fucking reject. There's somebody you can pick on, kids. A Gen Xer, you could pick on Winona Ryder and Drew Barrymore. You could throw them off into the garbage heap. That's oh. It just looked bad. Why didn't all the gals who went to see Captain Marvel go see that? Nonstop Dre, I know you're not a boomer, just joke and laugh out loud. Yeah, see, we give him, next time he comes up for advice. Oh, yeah, you should marry the single mom there, Nonstop Dre. You should totally adopt their kids, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And buy her that Hummer.
Yeah. Go into debt for it.
Yep.
On your credit card.
Yep. Absolutely.
Rian Kassoon, $5. What do you think about going to Western Governors University for network and security? Being offered a full ride, do employers respect it? Includes cert like CCNA. Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what's his alternative? I mean, if he said I was going to go into nuclear engineering, I'm like, well, or if he was going to go something else, but that's perfectly fine. I think that's good. And the certifications come with it. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's the part that I guess I'm good with. The network and security thing, that to me, I've seen that's my experience. That's kind of a dime a dozen there.
It's getting commoditized, but it is a skill.
Yes, it is.
It's better than it can be done remotely, mostly, unless you're physically plugging in the routers and servers and whatnot.
And then it's you're working for a boomer there because you have to be there to plug it in for them because they don't know how to do it themselves.
I'm on the segment of the chapter. You got books, parts, chapters, segments. I'm on the segment now about boss boomers. And I so don't want to screw up this chat. Like, I want it to be perfect. I know the enemy of good is perfect, but I want to just like skewer them. The cuts that I want to deliver are the ones they don't even know they're cut, and then their arm falls off. That's how precise I want to be.
You want to be surgical.
I want to be surgical strike. Just like, the samurai thing. Shink. Ha ha, Clary's son, you have failed. Did I? And it falls in half.
Right.
I'll take your social security check now, boomer. You ever listen to podcasts I've been getting into? Jim Goad's podcast?
Nah, man.
Pretty funny because he's just, he is not a racist or a sexist, but he just blurts out. I mean, he does it as black humor, dark comedy. You're like, oh God, did you really say that? You're like, and his co-host is just cringing, and he doesn't give a shit. So it's something funny to listen to.
Nice.
If you're sick and tired of the purified, bleached out YouTube. Say, you hear about the kid who went to the candy store? He went in and got a lollipop. Aha, that's approved. So this is not quite that level. And I think he's kind of a boomer. And he's kind of responding like, hey, wait a minute. Why does everybody hate us? And he makes very good and reasoned and argued good points. He's like, you can't throw us all into it. It's like, well, yeah, no one's throwing all of you. There's good boomers, but most of you fucking sucked. And he's like, well, wait a minute now. It's like, well, no. If you want to go defending the boomers, you go defend that shit, man. You go right ahead. But I just so want to just get it right. Because I had to work under baby boomer bosses. And I actually want them all dead. I'm not going to do it.
No.
But if I woke up one day and, oh my God, they're dead. Oh, geez, darn.
You're not going to not do the happy dance.
I'm not going to not do the happy dance. There was a baby boomer boss of mine that died. Probably told the story before. And I wanted to film me dancing on his grave because this fucker impoverished at least a score of people during the housing bubble. He lent money to people that shouldn't have been, and they shouldn't have taken the money either. He ended up getting people laid off and I'm like, dude, I want to dance on this guy's grave, film and put it on YouTube. And my lawyer just, you could hear her on the other end of the phone, just, why do I have you as a client?
She's telling you, no.
Kind of like we told the other client, like, no, but I really, really want to know. But I was smart and I said, all right, I won't do it. I could. She's like, yes, but then they could sue you and you'd have a good case. But do you really want to go through that? I'm like, kind of like, yeah, it would be great. Bring his name out. Let's do it. Let's get it all on public record. Oh, so that's good. That's good. I think we're all caught up. Oh no,
we just did that one.
All right, let's go back to asshole consulting.
All right.
So he answered Bruno's question.
Yes.
Tristan, please keep me anonymous.
Oops. Okay, boomer.
That's why prices go up. Look, we can soup Nazi it, order food, done. Or we can, oh God, Jesus, don't tell anyone. Hang on, do I have to really worry about keeping it anonymous?
Oh, let's see. Well, that's a block of text.
Well, it's fine. You know what, Tristan? You're fine. No one's going to know who you are. There's no shame here. Hello, Aaron. I'm a fan of your work and seeking some advice. I'm a young male. We'll keep him anonymous in this way. In the United States and still living with my parents. I'm torn between moving out on my own and experiencing living on my own self-sufficiently and staying here and saving a shit ton of money, as I have very few expenses living at home. To get some perspective, I've been able to accrue $10,000 in saving. Awesome. After less than half a year of careful saving. I'm completely debt-free. For the past 2 years, I have attended community college and have completed prerequisite classes for 4-year medical degrees, such as nursing, medical technology, as well as a plethora of. He's using the big word.
I'll tell you what, the $5 words here. That shows his college education.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah. A plethora
for 2, as well as 2-year medical degrees such as respiratory therapy. I've decided not to attend this semester due to my uncertainty of which career to commit to. Very smart indeed. I have an insatiable urge to travel, live frugally, and avoid acquiring material objects and responsibilities that would tie me down to one place. I would like to fulfill these urges before committing to any one career or path. I have no desire to join the military after heavily researching each branch and speaking with recruiters. I suppose my big question is whether I should pick up and live on my own, stay here and acquire more savings, or travel and see the country and the world. If I do decide to move, I'm interested in moving to the city of St. Petersburg, Florida. Have you been to St. Petersburg, Florida? One of my favorite towns. Great cigar lounges, nice beaches, great running, beautiful architecture. Getting a roommate and getting a job at a hospital as a pharmacy technician, as that is what I am currently employed as. Lastly, I strongly identify with your personal philosophies of not having children. I'd like to ideally avoid having children in order to gain leverage in my personal development. Did I read there? Would ideally like to avoid having children in order to gain leverage in my personal development.
Yeah, you read it right.
Okay. I would just like to know if staying child-free has made your life more fulfilling, and if you have been able to fulfill your goals and dreams that you have had, which would mostly accredit to being child-free, and if so, what some of them might be. All right, so let's talk about what he should do here.
I know what he should do.
What should he do?
He should buy your fucking book.
I think he probably already did. Reconnaissance Man?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't, buy that. They'll give you way more detail, a lot more help. Certainly save you whatever you spend on that book in gas alone. It will save you, let alone lodging. I think he absolutely is the perfect candidate to do reconnaissance because he is very smart in not continuing in school until he knows what he wants to do. I lean towards nursing because you can do something with that.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden he decides he doesn't want to become a doctor, but then he could also jump to nurse practitioner, which is in the 6 figs area. I also would advise against becoming a doctor because I've yet to have a doctor who's a Cappy Capite come in and say, oh yeah, I totally enjoyed it. It was totally worth it. They're all like, fuck no, I would never do. Yeah, that was hell. Totally not worth it. So until that time, there is nothing wrong with him. He's got the money. He's got the cash. I think he should travel. I don't know
agree.
about world travel.
All right.
I think he should explore the United States. I think St. Petersburg is a great place to go, especially wintertime. I'd go there. He can learn how to salsa dance, pick up cigars, find crocodiles and poisonous snakes. But yeah, I think he needs to go out and explore. And then while he's doing that, sit and think about what he wants to become. These things are not answered like that, but that's one of the smartest things a kid can do. Not continue on and finish a 4-year degree and like, oh, I got to go back. It's like, hey, I don't know what I want to do and stop. As for the child-free thing, has being child-free made my life more fulfilling? Yes, but no, but not really on the but no. Because my life goal was to not be poor. That was the main thing, where I didn't have to worry about food. Did I buy us dinner today?
Yes.
Did I freak out and worry about no, because I have made enough money now through frugality and savings that I don't worry about starving. That's kind of the key thing. And if you're stuck in those lower Maslow hierarchy of need stages for a long time, you will have the desire to breed kicked out of you out of fear of self-supportation and survival. And so the worst thing that could happen to me was having a kid. I've also had the genetics and the desire of having a kid kicked out of me. It actually kind of repulses me of the idea of having a kid. I like stability. I like safety.
I hear you.
Right. I wish more poor people did that. Instead, they just breed more kids to make it, oh, why am I poor? Because he's stupid and old. But keep breeding by all means and then blame it on other people like George Bush or Trump. So the goals, yeah, total freedom. If I had a kid, I couldn't travel, I couldn't motorcycle, I couldn't explore.
Oh no.
I couldn't write, I couldn't have the career I do. I'd be even more aged than I am now.
Yes.
And I just like having stability. I like food. I know it's crazy, but it's like I can afford the sushi occasionally or the poke bowl. It's very nice. Then, and what dreams would you have occurred to be child free? It's not that I would have achieved these dreams anyway because I wanted to.
Right. Being
child free makes it financially feasible.
There you go.
That it makes it a lot easier. That's,
Well, and one of the, I've had a discussion with people before because I don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they all tell me, the people who do have kids tell me, you're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, but how am I missing out? How can I miss something I've never had and that is a completely foreign concept to me?
Right.
I don't miss it because I've never had it. It's alien. It's like me not having siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't know what it's like to have a brother or sister. You're right. I don't know.
Right. You don't know. Right.
And I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
My childhood was just fine. I know if I had kids, I would have to be doing something completely different job-wise, probably all kinds of things, because I would want to ensure everybody's survival in that family.
Right.
And since I don't, it's like, oh, I'm accountable to me.
Mm-hmm.
And as long, like you say, as long as there's food on a table type of thing, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And so I don't have to kill myself in a job because I got to make X amount of dollars because I've got another mouth to feed.
Right.
So,
and what was I gonna say? You'll hear both sides. Like, you'll look at a family. They'll never say it, but you'll look at them like they're miserable with their kids. Like their kids are ruining their lives because they're not parenting or they didn't raise the kid right. So I've seen that. You've seen dysfunctional families.
I've even heard people, they won't.
Did they regret? Did they finally admit they didn't want? They'd regret it. Okay.
I mean, granted, they wouldn't, go under oath with it and go public record.
Nope.
But privately off the record, they're like, I wished I'd have never had kids.
Right. Right. And it depends on whether you're good parents or not, whether you had them when you should have had them or not.
Their kids are fucking demons.
Right. Because I know people that are like, oh, my children are the most wonderful thing in the world. It's like, that's because you have a good, stable family and you were from a good, stable family.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it, you go ask somebody whose parents are divorced or their siblings are all half siblings. Like, fuck no, I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't want that shit.
Exactly.
So it really depends. Now, I will say this genetically and biologically, especially for women. My buddy who I can't mention, he says, Yeah, women, if they don't have kids, they go crazy. And I don't know if he came up with it or maybe Terrence Papa, but he definitely echoes that. And you could kind of see that in girls. But with guys, yeah, you're going to have, like, I have excess time now, but that's more of a function of the technology we got to live in, and the job I have. And it'd be like, oh, yeah, this would be the time I'd be dealing with little rug rats, although they'd probably be teenage rats by now.
Teenage demon,
Teenage demon, right? And but yeah, it's up to. I'm not saying that he should go child free. That's something he got to figure out on his own. Yeah, it's a personal choice. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want to have kids if you're going to do it right.
Yeah.
But for my particular, because a lot of people think, oh, Aaron's child free, I'm getting myself a vasectomy. It's like, no. Did you have a horrific? I didn't have a horrific upbringing, but I dropped to 118 pounds when I was in college. Damn. Did you have to live in a basement? Did you, like, if you had a kid, would you then be totally fucked? Have you been in that situation? And no stability. No feel like, oh, I can work at this place. None of that. If you're used to stability and you're that guy and you make the money and you got a strong family that will support you and take care of you if times get tough, fine. You want to have kids, go have kids. But if you're up against the cliff and there's no backup, like it's just you, fuck no. There's no reason. But you will have a genetic twinge, like,
that's your that's just your body talking.
Right. That's But then you look and then even my beloved nieces love them to death. There's times I'm like, shut the fuck up, kid. Get over there and be quiet.
Go back to your parents.
Yeah. So that's something you got to do. But I don't. Being child free has certainly afforded me, the time and the money to do so. But it wouldn't prevent me from climbing mountains. So that. This guy didn't pay yet. This guy didn't pay yet. This guy got to do a specific one. He wants me to do Brie Larson. Oh, okay. Here we go. Look at these guys. Not junk. Oh. I am in my inbox. Never mind. That's the inbox. Why did it go there? Honest to God. Oh, there's the junk mail. All right, we're good to go. We answered that. We're good to go for Asshole Consulting.
Nice.
How'd you like the big time corporate executive mothership of Asshole Consulting? Wasn't that exciting?
I'll tell you what.
Looks just like an email service.
Pretty much.
It's kind of like having sex. That was it? Yeah, that was it. Oh, okay.
That was the big show.
That was the big show.
Yeah.
All right, we can move that. Do we have any more super chats? Hey, we could have it early and we just go and get more food.
Okay.
We're done. I think we're done. Oh, no, there it is. Darn it. They came in. Damn it, all this money. Fuck.
God.
Damn it, Rob.
Damn it.
Why won't these people stop giving me the money? Oh. You know how much money we'd make if we were two hot chicks with this wisdom and big tits?
A lot.
We'd be millionaires.
At least.
I've been trying to get Mary Jo to come on.
No, she won't do it.
No, she will, but she's just too damn busy. Career and this and that. And standard woman. Well, how do I come on the internet? I'm like, well, you just get a webcam and da.
What's that?
And then she's like, oh, well, I don't have a computer. I'm like, who lives with who? How? So
Jesus.
we'll have a GoFundMe ready to buy a $50 used computer at Goodwill. Although she said she's going to put together some Santa Clausy baby advertisements for the books.
Nice.
Yeah. She's a good sport. It's just I could make a lot more money. She could make a lot more money if she got a freaking webcam and a computer. All right. Final kill, $5. What would a 24-year-old start to get in the world of IT? Like, you'd have to get, well, what do you want? You want to program certifications. It's no different for a 24-year-old. Everyone thinks it's IT. Do you want to be a programmer? Do you want to network computers and do security? Web development? I mean, you got to, you need the experience and then you need the certifications. That's really what you need. You don't have to go to college, but you are going to need, like the Cisco certifications or Microsoft and, certified engineers. It depends on what you want to do in the world. It's not like, oh, it's just one little niche. You know, it's this wide thing. What kind of porn do you want to do? What do you want to do? Gay porn? Do you want to do regular porn? You want to, you know, black porn, or do you want to do Asian porn? You know, what's your specialty? What do you specialize? Are you certified to do Asian porn?
You certified to do GILF?
Oh. I clock out at MILF. That's it. That's it. It's only because I'm old. It's only because I'm old. GILF. You know what's sad is I know there's that.
Oh, there's a niche.
I tell you what fucking Beckloff and Arini did before.
No.
They had their little fucking tiff.
No.
So I'm on Beckloff's show like, hey, Clary, because these are degenerates. They have nothing else to do but look up tentacle porn. I'm like, what in fuck name is tentacle porn? They sound like Beavis and Butthead. Hey, Clary, like check out your email. And I'm like,
do I
click and like, go. What the fuck is this?
And it's that shit you can't unsee.
It's cartoons.
Oh, it's anime shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
to me, that's not even porn. It's like what?
I mean, anime was pretty bad to begin with,
Yes.
but now I'm like afraid if I'm going to go to Japan, am I going to like
You
get in somebody's dungeon and there's going to be a tentacle monster after
It
me?
might be.
Oh, we got, boy, this keeps scrolling down. Hang on. Did it just bump us?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is this one we had? Oh, okay,
already
good.
had that
I went way up. All right, let's scroll down. 24-year-old. We did that one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, Stephen Ochoa. Good night, fellas. Good night. Have a good night, Stephen. Nonstop Drake, $10. Now he's going to give us more boomer bullshit over here.
Yeah,
This guy,
he's fucking on
you
it.
know what he is? You know, he called himself Gen Z. You know why I call him? Prepubescent. That's right. only 3-year-old to make it in the Marines. He looks like the mascot. Look at him. His balls might drop one of these days. Give him an M16. All right. Currently in college for computer science using my GI Bill, but there's a program that will pay me to get a degree in cybersecurity with a guaranteed job at the end. Should I change my major? Thoughts? Oh, you're going to get a job with computer science. What? And I need to know more. What's the guaranteed job at the end? Is it like funded by temporary funding from the federal government? Then when it doesn't get renewed because, you know,
right.
Tina, the single mom, needs another whatever thing for a fourth illegitimate child. Dre, you're doing good on your computer science thing. I don't know if I'd switch to something that specific. A degree. I don't know.
They'll pay me to get a degree in
He's already getting paid. Perfect is the enemy of good, you know?
All right.
I got a chick who's got big tits and red hair, but the federal government says they'll pay me to go chase after the chick who's got big tits, red hair, and long legs until you find out it's a guy.
Oh,
You know, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what's the longevity?
there's a catch.
Yeah, there's
What's
always
the
a catch.
What's the trap?
I mean, if you send me more info on it, I can take a look at it, but it's Ben Frank, OG, for $5. Thoughts on Trump discussing negative interest rates today? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news. Negative interest rates. I don't know how you achieve that. I mean, you got to have the inflation. I so have given up on the future of the country.
Same.
And I know all the bad stuff the Federal Reserve does. I know how we've debased the currency. I know how there's been essentially hyperinflation in the housing market and the stock market. I know all these things, but I spent fucking damn well near 15 years of my life trying to point that out to help out society so that we don't worry about this type of stuff. So millennials wouldn't be poor. Boomers wouldn't be reverse mortgaging their houses. And all I got in response was, I'm a Nazi, I'm a this, I'm filth, I'm an ist, I'm an ism. I hate gays, although I don't know what that has to do with economics and the Federal Reserve and asking for a balanced budget and low taxes. I don't know where that comes in from. But after a while, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. And since I don't control it, I'm not going to watch it. And that's why we go and get some okay Mexican food.
Right.
And, you know. So I don't know. Growth isn't that bad, is it? Cameron Sanchez for $5. Going to community college for engineering. Should I stay as long as possible, transfer to a 4-year sooner? Would a 4-year be better than sooner? No, get all your prereqs. As long as those credits transfer, get as much, because I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but this is most likely the case. The community college is going to be cheaper.
Yeah. They usually
Get
are.
as much credit as they'll transfer. Go to the engineering program at the 4-year institution where you want to go. Find out every class that will have a transfer. And then, I mean, usually it's 2 years at community, 2 years at the 4-year. But if he could go 3 at the community and then just do 1 year,
it's the way to go.
Yeah,
then.
because you're paying more in tuition, you're paying for parking. The 4-year institutions is
You're paying for the fucking name of the school. Sometimes,
yeah. If you go to like Urbana-Champaign or I don't know. Is someone calling me?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's calling me.
Well, it's definitely your phone.
Yeah, it's my phone.
It's not mine.
Should I stay as long as possible? I would stay as long as possible, as long as those credits transfer. So he needs to go have a conversation with the engineering program he wants to get into and say, what do I need here? Can I take these at the community college? Will they transfer? And film it. Fucking film that conversation. I've had a couple people where they've talked to their guidance counselor. They say, oh yeah, these will transfer. And then they don't. It is worth your time to record that conversation. So you go back, you're giving me credit for this. I'm not wasting another $10,000 on a $500 per credit class and 6 months of my life. That's worth having a recorded conversation. Ray John, $5 Canadian. I always hear clapping noises from my parents' bedroom at 12 a.m. What movie are they watching?
Monty Python.
Monty Python? Are they
Yeah.
clapping in Monty Python?
There's always clapping when I watch Monty Python.
Oh. I think we're done.
I think you're right.
I think we're done. Did I? No, we're not.
No.
It keeps repopulating. Which I'm fine with all this damn money.
Okay, there's the clapping.
There's
we
the
already
clapping
got that
one. Now we do seem like booners. Oh, what happened? Cap, here's some loot while I'm nursing an ankle sprain. Oh, that's too bad, Charlie. Of course, I have to bust myself up working out. Hello to you and Rob, man. Well, hello there, Charlie.
Hey,
yeah, it's just too bad. He's too young to be spraining ankles working out.
What the fuck you doing?
Oh, here comes Lippy Cynical Chief. Big tits on Cappy is not an ass. It just, I wouldn't look like this if we were two good-looking girls.
Yeah, it's not going to be us with our 5-day growth with fucking Hooters.
Yeah, it's not me and Rob smoking cigars. We're not going to be drag queens. I'm saying if we were good-looking chicks with nice tits, you give us whatever happened to the conservathoughts. They all kind of went away, didn't they?
No, they're still out
around?
there. They're still out there.
Is Operation Pettibone or
those particular ones? I have no idea what the hell happened to them.
Because
but there's a bunch of those sun hat goddesses still doing their bullshit.
Hang on, what?
There's still some.
Who was some of the famous ones?
Pettibone. What's her name? Laura Southern.
Laura Southern retired. Pettibone. Okay. Conservative. Brittany Pettibone.
There you go, Brittany.
Born in 1992. Is an American fiction writer. Fuck you are. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh, it's a very pretty battleship.
Yeah.
And if it ever has to go to war, it's not going to make it.
No.
It's not going to make it.
It's not going to make it through the first salvo.
What Makes Us Girls? Is this a book?
Yes. Oh, Christ, she read a book.
Order now.
It's got to be fiction.
Barnes & Noble, Amazon in Germany.
Apparently. Amazon USA.
Let's see what the rank is. God, 53 reviews, and it's only been out a year.
Not even a year.
Yeah. I'd love to have that, but like, dude, it's like steroids. I would make so much freaking money.
Yeah.
Wait, did I just close out
You closed out Amazon.
But I didn't, did I close out
No.
Oh, here it is. All right, there we go. All right.
Hey! It's a tab
I
on the
wanted to
left.
have tits. If I had tits like Jane Fonda did, I wouldn't have had to work so hard during the Reagan administration. You know, no boomers sound like that. That's only like Grandpa Simpson.
Uh-huh.
Dad, dang it. Bart. Miguel. At Ray John, laughing aloud, I could totally cast you in the sequel.
I think it goes back to the clapping in his parents' room or whatever.
And now are we done? Now we don't know if we're done. Yeah, see?
No, yet.
Because we get to the bottom and then it
populates,
bloops. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh, we missed something else. We got to scroll all the way back up. Find the one that we did before.
Okay, we just did
that one.
So now we're getting there. There, right there.
Okay, here. I should have given this kid a GI Bill.
Oh, Christ.
Fucker,
no shit.
guy, yeah, now you're like, yeah,
I got unlimited funds.
GI
I'm
money.
$2 fucking dollars at every chance.
Probably puts it in a high yield, CD, and every time it gets $10 a month. Okay, don't worry, nonstop. That's fine. That's fine. Get it out of your system. All right, that's it. Cool. Let me go. You know what? It's Asshole Consulting Live. When I get back to the Northern Command, I'll do all the other shit.
There's more. Okay, so no, that's that one.
All right, this is the last one. Nonstop. How's Operation Evil? I have some ideas for you. It's going well because I've know what next book I'm going to write, and it's going to be part of Operation Evil. I know the topic, I know the theory, and everything behind it. But I got to finish this book on the millennials first. That's the real one that I got to do. What now? I never thought I'd complain about having enough money. They're just doing it to be dicks. Now it's like, hey, I get the pay.
See?
You guys done? Let's go get some goddamn fuck you, Troy. Yeah, so Operation Evil, that will come along wonderfully. No one will know when it's, because I can't put that much effort into it and then like, oh yeah, it's me, because then it won't be Operation Evil anymore.
No, it'll be Operation Exposed.
It'll be Operation Exposed, and no one will listen to me. I want to be like that guy who wrote that book for Oprah, 1,000 Cuts or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was about the fake experience in the land. She just sold that. I'm like, dude, I want Oprah to endorse me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell you who I am. I have a career. These dicks. Should we just have like the insult Aaron hour?
Why not?
Like, come in here.
Hey, as long as you're throwing fucking money at it.
Fucking money.
Try it.
All right. What do we got, Miguel? Military pay. Best use of tax rates. When I'm president, I'm cutting down. I'm gonna use this. See how much money they're getting? They're spending it on drugs, booze, prostitution, and insulting super chats. I can understand the prostitution. That makes sense.
And the drugs.
And the drugs. Why are you spending money insulting? Talk like one of those Lincoln Jeffersonian debates. So, friends, why would you go and spend your super chat GI money on a degenerate like my good esteemed colleague Aaron Clary running for office when you could spend it on whores, booze, and liquor? Military pay, boo. All right, we're done. See you guys later. Take them out appropriately.
Toodles.